The My Hero Ultra Rumble Season 9 update is the worst update since this game has released. Now, that's a pretty bold statement to make, considering some of the balance changes that have and haven't been made.
Looking at you, Crazy Torch.
But hear me out, because this update is a pretty wild one. Now, before I jump into negatives, I do want to look at the positives. Here are some pros about Season 9. Pro number 1, the buffs and nerfs. I don't really have much to say on this personally, but overall, it looks good to me. Nothing that breaks characters in either way, in my opinion. Pro number 2, the new map. This game doesn't get a lot of map updates, and especially not new maps entirely. We haven't seen a new map in this game since Season 3 with UA Island, and the new one adds more variety to your matches. Pro number 3, there are now 650 tickets you can get from the license, which is a great change for casual players to maximize their tickets every season, without the daily and weekly grind. Plus an additional 100 tickets if you buy the Pro license, meaning you can get a total of 750. Pro number 4, the Pro license now gives you 1,000 more crystals than you used to pay for it, meaning for the first time since this game has come out, you're profiting instead of breaking even when you buy the license. Pro number 5, the Pro license gives you a bunch of stuff to use for tuning, which is definitely handy for upgrading your characters in the current meta. Pro number 6, the premium login is back, offering 30 tickets for 500 crystals alongside the regular login bonus of 10 tickets, meaning logging in every day of the season will net you about 360 or 90 for the free version, in exchange for a grand total of 4,500 crystals. And now the stuff I really made this for. The negatives, which are all pretty big. Number 1, having to do with balancing, Strike Dobby is still a huge problem. He hasn't been changed at all, and his damage is still a massive headache no matter how you look at him. Con number 2, there are no more daily and weekly tickets, or really rewards in general for doing your dailies and weeklies. Ultra Rumble opted to go the general Battle Royale route, and instead offers some license XP instead. Now the problem with this is that you're losing tickets, which I'll get more into later, but even bigger than that, in my opinion, is that the devs have stripped away our reasons to play past completing the Pro license and reaching Ace rank. You see, every day, players had a reason to log in and actually play the game, to get 5 tickets a day, adding up to 35 a week. The weeklies gave you a reason to play more throughout the week to get 60 tickets, which would net you 95 a week or 855 a season. Con number 3. On the subject of the XP they now give us for completing our dailies and weeklies, most of the time it doesn't even work. No joke, if you earn the XP and it doesn't give you the XP obtained screen, you don't get the XP for your license, rendering dailies and weeklies more pointless than they already were. Con number 4, and this is a big one, the Pro license is an excuse to remove more ticket gain per season. Let's say you're a player with absolutely 0 hero crystals in their account. Now push aside the idea that the mission event and agency event will give you crystals. If you went through an entire season purchasing nothing, you'd get 650 tickets from the license and 90 from the free login bonus, giving you a total of 740 tickets per season. Compared to the 855 you could get from dailies and weeklies alone before, that's a loss. And we're not even mentioning all the tickets you got from the old licenses. The old licenses would give you 20 to 30 tickets for free, bringing the total to 875 or 885 tickets per season. And no, I am not going to count the tickets per season that you gain from ranking placement and the bonuses you get from moving up through the ranks, as those haven't changed since last season. And that's just for the completely free-to-play style of gameplay. Now I'll change that argument. What do you gain from paying? Well, first off, you need 13,000 crystals now to buy the license, which means they consider the new premium license, keep in mind you're only getting 100 more tickets, worth about $25 compared to the old one that was a standard $10 for a battle pass in other games. Plus there's the premium login bonus that costs 4,500 crystals, so again, about $10, meaning that you'd have to pay $35 for both of these to last all season. If history's correct, then the mission event will give us 7,000 crystals, and the agency event will give us about another 5,000. If you do both of those completely and get the additional 1,000 free crystals from the pass, then you have just enough to buy the pass, but not enough for the premium login bonus. Meaning at the very least, to maximize your tickets, you need to spend $10 a season. Keep in mind, this was all basically stuff you could get for completely free before the season. Now, are you ready? The grand total of tickets that you can earn per season through the license and login bonus is 1,110 compared to before, which was a grand total of 1,005 tickets. So, wait, what's the issue? Isn't that a profit? Nope. It seems that way, but when you consider that you're spending $35 worth of crystals compared to $10 for only 105 more tickets, yeah, they're playing you hard. You could earn the previous licenses from one event alone, and now you need both of them and the 1,000 extra you get from the license itself just to be able to afford it. Con number 5. And now for the real kicker, the premium login is a shell of what it once was. Forget the tuning stuff, that's basically worthless because you could have gotten that same stuff using the hero souls from duplicates that you get from rolling with your tickets. And how much do they charge for 30 more tickets? 500 crystals. Now, let me take you back to Seasons 1 and 2 of Ultra Rumble. You see, the premium login bonus was a thing back then too, but they gave you 70 tickets a week. And that was also with daily and weekly tickets in the game, meaning every week you got 165 tickets, or 1,485 tickets for the entire season. And that's excluding any bonus factors. Now, that's a pretty good deal in comparison for 500 crystals, right? Right? Well, actually, the amount you paid back then was 100 crystals. So let me put this into perspective. You now pay 5 times as many crystals for less than half of those tickets from the premium track. In conclusion, I love My Hero Ultra Rumble and I want to see it thrive, and obviously the devs need to make a profit to keep this game alive. And I get that. But when you take things from your players that they already had in a game that is now more pay to win than ever, people will get pissed and people will leave. I remember players quitting when the first premium login bonus disappeared, and back then I was okay with the decision because they said that they were going to readjust it and re-release it one day, and I defended that choice for the past 6 seasons that I've played and the past 6 seasons that I invested so much of my free time into. As a player that has played since day one, that anticipated the game's release since the very day it was announced, these are bad decisions that absolutely need to be reversed. Even if they went to the old style where the premium login was gone, and the dailies and weeklies total offered 95 tickets a week, and the pass was only 4,800 crystals for 150 tickets, and breaking even on those crystals, that would be so much better. The fact that missions are only useful for XP now takes out any reason to play past Ace rank and a completed license, which is bad for the game's health, not only in terms of people to play with, but also because if people aren't playing the game, they're less likely to spend money anyways. Yes, you can compete for rankings, but what's the point? That's so much more work for barely any tickets. If you are the very best of the best in the MVP charts, the top 10, you only get 70 tickets at the end of a season. Why bother? At the end of the day, I want this game to succeed so it can live on, but as a diehard fan of this game, if nothing changes, this will be the beginning of the end.